Good evening to all of you. This is Shivam Shukla, and here I am to solve a problem on resultant of concurrent force system. It's a type 3 problem. The problem goes as when a resultant force and one of its components are given and we are supposed to find its two unknown components. It's a university problem for 4 marks. Let's see how the question statement goes as. A force R, that is resultant R is equal to 25 Newton, has components Fa, Fb and Fc as shown in figure. This is the resultant R, 25 Newton acting at an angle of 60 degrees to the x-axis. Force Fb, Fc and Fa are its three components. So already we are given up with the value of Fc. We are expected to find the values of Fa and Fb. Let's see how the problem goes as now. The first and foremost step, we are supposed to write down to find our Fa and Fb. Now the first step with us is nothing but to resolve the forces, that is to draw the free body diagram. Already as you all can see friends, this is a particular free body diagram resultant R. It will be resolved as 25 cos 60, 25 sin 60, as the angle with x-axis is 60 degrees. Now even Fb and Fc are needed to be resolved. Why not Fa? Fa is already along the positive x-axis. Now what will be the angles of Fb and Fc? That is a question mark for us. Let us go to the main question diagram. It's a key, my dear friends. Whenever we are expected to find out the angle, whatever the angle is made by a particular force, I always say to my students that always go to the questions diagram and then get the value of the angle with the particular x-axis. For example, for this Fb, we are now getting the angle with respect to this negative x-axis over here. So how do we get that? This is 60 degrees, my dear friends. This is 40 degrees. So 60 plus 40 will be 100. So whatever is left out will be the angle with x-axis over here. So now this partial angle, if I see, it is 180 degrees, my dear friends. I repeat, it is by the normal geometry property that partial angle is 180 degrees. 180 minus 100 will be 80 degrees. That is why Fb will be making an angle of 80 degrees with the negative x-axis. So this angle we got it then and there. Now the angle which is left out with us, my dear friends, is nothing but this Fc angle with respect to negative x-axis again. How do we get that? Now, if I see, my dear friends, this total angle from this force R till Fc, it is 160 degrees. Now I will subtract this 40 degrees. So now the angle between Fb and Fc will be 160 minus 40. It will be 120. Now again, my dear friends, Fb with negative x-axis makes an angle of 80 degrees. So if I subtract this 120 minus 80 degrees, I will be getting this angle as 40 degrees. So it is very clear and very easy, my dear friends, that the angles I got it, and accordingly the forces are being resolved. As you can see it in the diagram, Fb is nothing but this is Fb cos 80, Fb sin 80. Similarly, Fc, it is making an angle of 40 degree with negative axis. That is why it will be Fc cos 40 and Fc sin 40. This was the step number 1. Now step number 2. The resultant force R is equal to 25 Newton at an angle of 60 degrees. Now the solution goes as R will be resolved. R is nothing but 25 Newton acting at an angle of 60 degree. By mistake it is written as 160. Summation Fx is equal to Rx acting towards the right as positive. Algebraic sum of all the forces acting in x direction will be equal to R cos of 60, because the resultant component in x direction is R cos 60. So that is why I can go to the diagram again and I can frame the equation then and there. So as you can see it over here, my dear friends, this will be minus Fb cos 80 minus Fc cos 40 plus Fa is equal to 25 cos of 60. As you can see it over here, minus Fb cos 80 minus Fc cos 40 plus Fa is equal to 25 cos of 60. So from this we got it as Fa minus Fb cos 80 is equal to 27.82, since we were given with the value of Fc. So that is how the calculation comes out to. This will be equation number 1. Summation Fy will be is equal to Ry acting in upward sense as positive, that is summation Fy is r sine 60. Now the equation, for framing the equation, the solution is there with us. Better let us go to the diagram and then understand and write down the equation. Okay. So this will be plus Fb sine 80 minus Fc sine 40 is equal to 25 sine 60. So since Fc is there with us, again Fb sine 80 minus Fc sine 40 is equal to 25 sine of 60. So here itself, my dear friends, as you can see, Fb sine 80 minus 20 sine 40 is equal to 25 sine 60, and here itself I can get the value of Fb as 35.038 Newton. So this completes this particular problem, my dear friends. Only the value of Fa is left out over here. We can simply substitute the value in equation number 1 and then can get the value of Fa then and there. So please do like, subscribe and share this video. Thank you.